guys, I'm sorry, I look terrible. I just woke up. But I woke up to the most awesome news. Let me show you. Here's what I woke up to today. 8,000 subscribers. Woohoo! I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. It means so much. Last year at Bronycon, I think I had like 800. So I've really come so far, and this is so awesome. Yay! What a great way to start out my trip. So if you watched my VidCon videos, you know how cranky I was at my Starbucks. So I brought some with me. This is the sweetened version, which I don't usually drink, so I'm just drinking it black, but that should help me get my day going. I got all my chargers getting ready here, and I'm just watching some YouTube in the middle. Look, there's Chelsea, who hopefully I will see later today. Yay! So excited. Today should be awesome. Most people are coming into town today. Yesterday was so much fun just walking around and shopping, and today though will be a fun hanging out day. Once I get myself dressed and stuff, I think I'm gonna go over to Fort McHenry and do some sightseeing. This is not a VidCon. People are looking at me like, why are you talking to your phone? But, you know, too bad. I did not dry my hair this morning. I'm going to let the air frizz it out because there was terrible water pressure in my hotel room, but otherwise I slept great and it was nice and comfy up there. And I just got a fridge to keep my iced coffee nice and cold. And you know what's weird? When you're in the New Jersey, New York area, people always say hello. I'm not used to that. In New York, people just walk around and mind their own business, but here everyone is like, hello, hello. I guess we're kind of in the South here in Maryland, right? So we're on the border. But yeah, people are always so friendly. It takes me a while to get used to that. Check out Fifi here. She's so cute. She is from the art museum, and yeah, she looks like a big poof ball. It's adorable. I am on the water taxi waiting. Here's the boat here, waiting to go over to Fells Landing, where I'm going to take a different water taxi, and then I'm going over to Fort McHenry. I love all this nerdy awesome stuff. Yeah, so I just ran into Jason Robert Keefe. He flew in this morning on the red eye, and now he's getting some rest. So I'm going to hang out here and see some awesome stuff, and then hopefully go meet up with some people later this evening. I can't wait. I took the first boat over to Fells Point, and it looks really cute here. There's some cute shops and restaurants, and I know there's like historic walking tours in this area, but I'm gonna have to come back another time to Baltimore to explore all this stuff. And now we're taking the second ferry over to the fort. This is Francis Scott Key, who wrote Star Spangled Banner. There's a big flag here. Too close. You can read this. You can hit pause and read about the Star Spangled Banner. So there's more to this Star Spangled Banner than what we usually just hear at sporting events or at your school. There's actually more verses to the original poem. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I love learning stuff. Here's a better view of the Key statue and the big, beautiful flag they have here. You'll notice this one only has 15 stars because that's how many states there were in 1814. So here is the fort. I'm outside here. I was just touring around the museum, learning all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah, this is really nice out here. Weather is supposed to get nasty later, but so far it is really nice. I want to go look out over there where there were cannons and stuff. So this is where the flag was flown in the Star Spangled Banner, and They fly a replica of that flag here on nicer days. It says here the original flag was 30 by 42 feet, the one that survived the battle. I think that's pretty awesome. Back in the War of 1812, the U.S. was fighting with British. They were battling up in Canada. The British were also fighting France, and both sides, French and the British, were attacking U.S. naval ships, trying to, not necessarily naval ships, but like merchant ships, trying to get supplies across Europe, or just to do trade. And U.S. wasn't very happy about that, so they declared war on Britain back in, I think, 1812, hence the name, War of 1812. And it's a war that you don't hear a lot about. It's mostly known for a couple things, such as when the British attacked Washington and Dolly Madison famously saved some of the famous portrait of George Washington. And it's also known for the Battle of New Orleans with Colonel Andrew Jackson, which happened in 1814, kind of almost at the end of the war. And it's also known for this, the Battle of Baltimore, in which inspired the famous song, of course, the Star Spangled Banner. So in I think it was September in Baltimore, the British troops, they had just sacked Washington and they started heading towards Baltimore, and Baltimore had dug a big defense around the city, which is pretty cool. So the British needed their ships to come and help out the fight, so they came into the harbor right here, which I'm going to show you in a second, and they bombarded this fort for like 28 hours, and the weather was terrible. It was raining, and yeah, and after 28 hours firing rockets and bombs, you know, as the legend goes in the song, this flag was still there. Yeah, so they didn't win, and then eventually kind of seems like everybody got tired of fighting, and they kind of had a truce over in Ghent, and nothing really happened. And I guess that's why it's not really a big or important war. But you know, if this fort, if they hadn't held the fort here at Baltimore, things might have been different. British could have come back and taken us back over. And in 1814, they had a pretty big victory over Napoleon, so they were able to send lots more ships, and they were really toughening things up. So it's pretty amazing that the small little U.S. troops held their own in that fight. And get the idea. So yeah, these are the ramparts that you're also mentioned in the song. So yeah, if you looked out there, there would have been a big old British ship firing cannons at you. That is so crazy. I mean, that is amazing. These cannons are huge. I don't know if these are... They'll have funny names. Beast and Son, Clem's daughter, the messengers. I don't know if these are the originals or replicas. There are cannonballs there. That is some view. That is so crazy when you think about it. At least when I think about it, I think it's crazy, because I like to think about these things. So yeah, I'm going to read some of this here. It says there were estimated that 1,500 to 1,800 shells and rockets were fired at the fort from out here on the harbor. They stopped firing around 7 a.m. on September 14th, and that's pretty crazy, I think. So I'm coming in the main entrance, which the sign here says is the most dangerous part, because it was not heavily defended. I guess you have to move in closer to these brick walls. I wonder if this has been redone, or some of this is like the original structure. I do not know. Whoa, that cannon is huge. Check out these giant cannons. That is so crazy. So part of the New Deal, back when FDR was president, they worked on this fort and helped restore it. So I guess some of it is more modern. This one, these are ginormous. Oh my goodness. I guess they have to be really big to fire out at the ships. Wow. Really cool views up here. More cannons that way. Amazing. So Francis Scott Key was a lawyer and a poet, and he had been out to negotiate the release of a prisoner with some other, I think, lawyery, businessy types. They sailed into the British armada out there in the water, behind me somewhere, I guess. I can't see very well with the glare. So So yeah, so my camera battery died while I was talking about Francis Scott Key. So yeah, they settled out there, and he was trying to negotiate the release of a friend, but while they were there, him and his colleagues discovered that there was an attack on Baltimore. So they were detained on the ships, and that's where he was when he was out there during the attack, and that is where he saw all the stuff like the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, and in the morning they saw the flag still flying. Here's a view of the flag from here. That is really cool. And my other camera battery died on me. I did not prepare for this morning. So yeah, Francis Scott Key wrote down some notes about how he felt that morning and stuff, and that turned into a poem called The Defense of Fort McHenry, which was published, I believe, in newspapers like almost immediately, and it became a big viral hit for 1814. It was put to music, which I believe it was put to a British drinking song, is what I read inside. And yeah, I mean, you think about it, back then they didn't have radio stations or anything, so songs just got sung and passed around. And something about that song, and it really helped unite people. And you know, America hadn't been around that long in 1814, so it gave people a lot of pride in the flag for the first time, and kind of created a sense of patriotism. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So, you know, if you're ever wondering why we sing that song or listen to it, that's why, because it all started right here in Baltimore. I think that is pretty awesome. I'm gonna keep walking around. Yeah, I can't believe both my batteries died. And I'm standing by a giant cannon. That is so cool. Looks very Hobbit-y down here. Don't you think like a Hobbit hole would look really good here? That is not a very patriotic thing to think, but that's what these hills make me think of. Okay, I have no idea where I am. I don't see anyone. Oh look, really, there's a Hobbit hole. Seriously. That's awesome. Yeah. Ooh, I wonder if you could go down there. No, there's no way. I'm not going down there. Ooh, I guess maybe I could. No, there's a door. Okay, I'm not going down there. That is crazy. Don't I look like Frodo? I am totally short little hobbit anyway. That is so funny. I'm such a dork. And here is the flag where it stood all those years ago. So cool. They had shelters like the ones I saw on the other side of the fort, and I'm not going down there because it looks creepy. But I guess this is where soldiers stay safe down. So it was really fun. I like history. History is fun to me. I learned a lot about what happened here back in the war, and some other cool stuff about the flag and Francis Scott Key, and you know, just got to spend a nice day outside. The cloud is really starting to get the sky is starting to get cloudy now, so I think I'm gonna head back, and I think next stop is lunch and then the aquarium.